pi estimate. And then pi object.add updater. So I'll see if that doesn't crash. And it didn't. Oh, did this get cached? Oh, no, I took out the print statement. Okay, so I'll self.add. Now I'll see if it doesn't crash. Okay, that looks like it's getting towards pi. So now looks clean, thanks. I do not understand why. Why am I able to read the value from the circle here when the circle isn't within the scope of this function? But I couldn't read the value from this without assigning it to the circle. I should probably learn how function scopes work in Python one day. Anyway, I'll do this. Here's what I'll do. I'll say pi is near. This will be a tech. I think I have to do like this. What's the squiggly equals LaTeX? Back approx. Move. I'll do just shift right. This dot next. Here I'll do set value, then I'll do next to pi is near on the right. And I'll do the next two here. And I did something wrong. And I did something wrong again. Should this be a single backslash? No. I feel like everything is breaking right now. Okay, if I don't do this, I will need that updater. This works. If I add the pi is near object, that crashes. Okay. Guess I have to debug some LaTeX. Missing dollar. Okay. Haven't used LaTeX in that long, I guess. Okay, so that didn't crash. So now I'm gonna add pi is near. Okay. I think I'm satisfied with that. Maybe I'll run a little longer. Or do a higher points per second. I actually want it to be even higher. I just want the estimate to look really good. Okay, I'll let that do that in the background. The next thing to do is try to figure out that inequality on the first one. I feel like I have to just write out more of my thought process when I do this. Why is it so wrong? Like, I know it's randomized, so it'll be wrong. But it just bugs me. Okay, whatever. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to come back to this one. This stupid one. And the question is how to place these. Okay. So why don't I just take the total number? No, I can't take the total number of points. I have to take the total time and divide that. So this will have to be the thought process, I think. Total distance, the total distance that's going to be compressed will just be the time. Okay, then the spacing of all the objects will be, of all the dots will be what? Each dot's position, or dot i's position, will be that total distance divided by... No, it's not divided by, right? Dot i's position should just be I. It'll be I divided by that total, I guess. Is that right? I think that's right. But that's already what this is doing. So why is it moved over here? Distance is this. Oh, then I have to divide that time. Wait, then I have to compress the distance, right? So I have to do compressed distance. That'll be the total distance. That'll be time divided by 10. Then the compressed dot's position is I divided by total distance. Further divided by 10. And this is exactly what I have. Just that the double divide becomes a multiplication. Or was I doing that right? I divide by... It's this. Divided by 10, right? And so that is what I have here. So there's something else wrong. Why is nothing being divided by the length of the points? That's one question. The total distance is time. Dot i's position is I. Well, it's not just I divided by the total distance. Because that total distance is going to be divided by the length of the points. And it's going to be I an I fraction of the way through that, right? So we have that total distance dot I, with that total distance, divide that by the number of points, put dot I at that location. Then we have to compress that distance into this length of 10. So there is an extra divided by length of points here. But there's no 10. So would it be like something like this? This won't be right. And then this I have to multiply by the length of the points. The length of the coin flips or whatever. Nope. So close, and yet. You know what I should do? Maybe I should just place them all according to the regular time, then just divide them all at the end. So why don't I just place the dot at the length of the time. I divided by the time. Okay, so this should make them grow to the right, I think. No, they grow to the left still. Then at the end of this for loop, I can just move them all so they're in the right place. So I can just do for dot in result. And just find the factor to multiply it by, right? This will be dot. I'll get the last dot. Just past here. The last dot is the result dot sub-objects objects at -1. Last dot coordinate x coordinate. That's going to be whatever dot chords to point plane dot chords to point, or point to chords. Of last dot get center. So that's the x coordinate of wherever this rightmost point is. Okay. Then the distance I want it to be is 10. So the last, or that growth ratio, stretch ratio, is 10 divided by the last dot x coord. So when I multiply that dot's x coordinate by this ratio, it will have to be at x coordinate 10. Then I'll multiply all the other ones by that too. So then for dot and result, x coord is, I was going to mess this up. This is point to chords at 0 to get the x. Then I do 10 divided by that. Okay, so this is going to be dot dot get center at 0. Now I'll actually have to do this. The same thing. Find a point to chords of that dot. I'll get the center, get the x coordinate. Then I'll do dot dot move to. I'll get the dot center. Dot dot get center here. Move to. It'll be np dot array. And the x coordinate is going to be stretch ratio times the original x coordinate okay, and then the same y coordinate and then 0. And I have 0 faith that this will be correct. Yeah, it's not even there. Darn, dude. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't think that'll fix it either. Dot is possibly unbound. Yeah, that will make a difference. Surely. Stretch ratio. Oh, I have to move it to point to chords of that. Look at the dot center. The x coordinate is plain dot point to chords of that. The new x coordinate is the stretch ratio times the x coordinate. Then I'll have to move it to plain dot chords to point of new x chord. Then I have to get the y chord. Dot center. Also have to be dot coordinates, chords is point to chords of dot center. New x chord. Stretch ratio times dot chords at 0. Then I'll move to plain dot chords to point of new x chord dot chords at 1. Guaranteed. I think I did it. I think I did it. Even though the math is kind of janky. Nice. But now I guess, this math is so janky, dude. Because, like, I get the algorithm is like, just put the points next to each other any way you want, just so that they're ordered, evenly spaced. Then just divide by whatever you have to divide by to make them match up. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So now I'm going to add more points Or make this go to a higher time. And then I'm going to add lines between these. Is this hold on, if I make the runtime, I want to make the runtime shorter to make it go faster. This actually might still be doing the wrong thing. But if it is, I'm not going to try to fix it anymore. No, maybe it's not. That actually does look pretty right. Okay. Then I'll just add lines between them. Result, so I'll do for start, end, in zip. I'll do dots, not including the last one, and dots. Starting from 1. Line plus line. From the start dot get center to the end dot get center. And I'll self dot add that line. And I think this will put the lines dots so this should be result. And this actually reminds me, the one that Brian Amdy wrote also was about that length of slowness. Okay. Well, that makes for an interesting animation. Wait, why does that not happen with the dots? Oh, I have to result dot add. Instead of self dot add. I should probably do like bring to back as well. Yeah, so the points will be on top. Or is it like self dot bring to back? What I have to do is just add these to the start of the start of the subobjects array. So maybe like result. Actually, I'll do this. Lines equals array. Lines dot append that line. Then at the end, result dot subobjects equals lines plus result dot subobjects. Gonna be a bit hard to teach that one. Well, the students should just know better than me. Why is it on top of the first and second ones? Oh my goodness. I am just so done with these small errors. Does it do something special? Maybe just use a for loop or something. A for loop for which part? I mean, I'm using quite a few for loops. We've got 3 for loops on the board right now. I think this, I think actually this far, it makes enough sense that I can totally teach it. Actually, all of this I think I can. However, it is strange to me that that first line isn't at the beginning. I'm gonna print the sub-objects. I'm doing too much for this at this point, but that's sub-objects. My single dot. Oh wait, that makes sense. If I continue, that makes less sense. If I continue, align then the two dots. Do I want the lines to be at the back? I thought this was bringing them. No, the things later should be in the front. So continue, print the sub-objects. Yeah, this seems like they should all be in the... all the dots should be in the front. I'm just... the new strat, the new approach to this is I'm not going to mention it. And then hopefully no one will notice that that first line is on top. So it's less than time. Oh wait, am I? Did I add the updater to? Oh no, I used always redraw, so that's probably fine. At first I thought I was doing an updater to a value tracker because that broke before. And that broke really badly for some reason. Okay. I think that should be fine. That would be cool. It would be cool to have like have the heads and tails up here, over here. But then like what would I do when I run out of space? Nah, I'll do that if I feel like it. Then I'll do that before the next class or something like that. Okay. They want to, I'm gonna just double check that the next one makes sense. I'll just check in the book exactly. Hoping they don't realize it. Someone totally will. Probably because they're just gonna watch this. And make sure this isn't like secretly broken. I'm gonna up the points per second on this. See if I can get a better estimate. Eventually. So now as this runs, it's getting there. Yeah, okay. Pi is around 3.2. Okay. That was a frustrating programming session, but like all bad things, it finally came to an end. I need to get a light, like a foreground light or something. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next stream.